morning everyone and welcome to Jimmy Online. My name is Rodrigo Benavides and I'll be with you guys for the next 10 or 15 minutes. So welcome and let's start watching, because for today's episode we've got a really interesting topic. This is gonna be the first video of this series of JavaScript. This series will be divided into JavaScript Basic, JavaScript Intermediate, and JavaScript Advanced.
Sorry, I don't see any movies matching to identity playing in basic.
However, we're gonna have also some JavaScript specials, so that these JavaScript series are meant for everyone, from the one who doesn't know anything about JavaScript to the one who is very skilled into the matter. What is the company that is behind the JavaScript creation? And who is the person that was actually creating or developing this amazing language? To start with the origins of JavaScript, we have to go back to the years of 1992 and 1993. Point number one, we cannot go farther without saying what Mosaic was. Mosaic was an invention or a creation from the NCSA, which stands for the National Center for Supercomputing Applications. Such a fancy name, right? The National Center for Supercomputing Applications at the University of Illinois. Word. Oh my god. Well, let me tell you one thing. Two brilliant students were coming out from there. Their names are Mark Anderson and Eric Bina. Well, these two guys designed and built the Mosaic project, the NCA Mosaic, one of the most important and popular web browser for that time. Mark Anderson was an American investor and software engineer and co-founder of Netscape and other important companies. Eric Bina was reported to be one of the most skilled engineers in the team and also co-founder of the Netscape company. This Mosaic project was actually the first most popular browser after the Viola www. The reason why this browser became so popular is because they put together images and text so that the user were able to customize their website easily. This made of it one of the most and better welcomed browsers in the history. All this was happening in the years of the 1992 to 1993, and what happened after is that this bunch of people who created this browser were taken and were asked to create another important corporation in this story. The name of this corporation is Netscape, the Netscape Communications Corporation. And they were looking for someone who was able to create a language that can add multiple features to the browsers. Brendan Eich was hired, and what I found in the internet is that Brendan Eich was actually expecting to work in this project, but with a scheme. And when the Netscape found out what the scheme was, they said, oh my god, no. He was asked to create this new language with a different tool, and what he was said is that he needed to create something that was really close to the Java syntax. In the year of 1995, Brendan Eich created in 10 years only, in 10 days, not 10 years, sorry, this JavaScript language under the huge influence of Java, Scheme, and Self. So JavaScript was created mainly influenced by some other languages. From a scheme, some first-class functions were taken and also some closures. From Self, some of the object-oriented and prototype concepts were taken, and well, from Java, some of the main syntaxes. If some of you, as well as I, when I first read this first-class function concept, don't remember or don't know exactly the meaning, is, well, this is just the way a function can be treated as a value and for a later use and for a later pass into a function argument. And finally, from the HyperTalk scripting language, this idea of integrating the HTML elements with JavaScript with certain attributes such as onClick or some other event handlers was taken. The reason why the HyperTalk was a huge influence over the JavaScript language is because before the boom of the World Wide Web, there was another software tool which was very popular. Its name is the HyperCard.
HyperCard, what is it? It's not hyper, it's not even a card, it's not quite system software, it's not quite application software.
You use cards that contain graphics and text and buttons. Here I've got a stack of cards, and I can press on this button and it will take me to another card.
Okay, and that button's particular function is get to the next card.
Right.
Example.
You can have lots of buttons to do different things.
Okay.
Buttons can do things like dialing the phone and taking you to cards and lots of different
Whatever
things.
you tell it to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
The HyperCard was created by Apple, and the reason why it became so popular is because it was not only a great and huge database, but also a software tool. The user was able to click on some of the buttons and some of the parts in the interface and add a HyperTalk script such as sort, find, or put in order to manipulate the data. Awesome, right? This idea of linking all of these images and text and videos among them was taken into the JavaScript integration with the browsers. JavaScript received some other names before JavaScript itself. Mocha was a name supposedly given by Mark Anderson, and Livescript was like a marketing solution for some issues at the time. And however, later on, the name of JavaScript was built based on this union that were between the Sun company, Oracle now, and the Netscape. So they came up with the idea of, why not? Let's name it JavaScript. That's why in December of the 1995, because of the Java's important momentum, JavaScript finally was named. We may have heard that JavaScript has another name. Fuck! The ECMA International Association stands for European Computer Manufacturers Association, and they hosted the JavaScript standard. But they couldn't give JavaScript this official name because of a trademark that was between Sun, now Oracle, and the name itself, JavaScript. Instead, they named it ECMAScript. Everyone talk about these languages as JavaScript, and when we want to refer for some specific version or standard for this language, we say ECMAScript. However, it is important to know where this is coming from. Alright guys, this is the end of the video. I really hope that you liked it. I really hope that you learned something new about JavaScript as well as I did. For the next video, we'll be checking what's the difference between variables, let constant, and the keyword var. Yeah guys, we'll be checking variables in JavaScript. And now, the most common phrase in YouTube. If you liked the video, please subscribe, or if you want to receive more updates about it, or if you want to know more about Jimmy Online or what is coming next, please subscribe or like the video, or share it with someone that you think that will probably like it. So do not miss it, subscribe, and see you next Monday.